So Alex, I guess everyone is asking you about Halo, but you're here because you want to show your love to mobile gaming, right?
That's correct, yeah. So for about the last 6 months, been getting a new studio up and running, focused on making mobile games for core gamers.
How will be your first project?
Well, we'll probably announce a bunch of details about it in the next month or so, but we are working on a first-person shooter. That's a new original IP. And the ambition is that we are trying to reinvent what a shooter game could be, built ground up for mobile and touch input.
Which business model are you using for that? It will be an app, like for €1. It will be like a bigger game for 5, 8 euros. What are you looking at?
Well, we've been students of new business models for quite some time. We haven't exactly decided what the pricing model is going to be, but it's very clear that we now live in a time where, and especially on mobile, where there's a lot of people with mobile devices, that our reach can be global and very big and wide and mass market. Yeah. So we would like for as many people as possible to be able to play our game. So that will have an impact on whether there's a price to download or not. And we also are looking at building this game as a long-term commitment. So it's not just going to be one release and that's it. We are going to be supporting the game week over week, month over month, with new content and events and activities and things that you'll be able to do with your friends in this game. So there'll probably be lots of opportunity to go deep. If you're a gamer that really wants to go deep, there'll be opportunities to do that with our title, and that'll have an impact on how we build the business model. So it's definitely constructed from the beginning to be more of a service than just a discrete title.
Okay. Operation Desert Storm. Does it sound familiar to you?
Yes, that is rings a couple bells, I suppose. Yes. Yeah.
I've heard you packed the game yourself at home. You think with indie games, indie scene nowadays, it's something like people are actually doing now?
Yeah, that's I think probably the most exciting impact that mobile has had is bringing us back to where a small group of people can get together and do something interesting, innovative, and meaningful. It feels very much like when I first got into the industry 20 years ago. The barriers to entry are lower now in the mobile market. You can self-publish and you can have a relationship with the customer, where for a good stretch making console games you couldn't really. I mean, you're gated by retail and distribution. There's no cost of goods now, so you can take risks with not too much money to try and do interesting stuff. So it's very exciting, and I think the notion that independently produced and developed games are a lot more prolific now is a great thing.
It's like virtually packing your own games, right? At one point on your career, you went from doing a lot of Macintosh games to just focus on Microsoft. How did you receive that change? How was it?
Well, we're gamers first and game makers, and so really the desire is to make the best, most fun game that the most people can play. And when we got started, we started on the Macintosh because that's where we were, that was what we were using. And so, being gamers first, we wanted to make something for us. And it actually turned out to be a great thing because not a lot of other people were making games on the Mac. So we had the audience, mostly to ourselves, which was great. But as we grew and more folks were playing games and we thought we could connect with them, we wanted to expand to other platforms. And eventually, when we got acquired by Microsoft, that was really going after the opportunity of getting to be a launch title for a new platform, a platform that we knew Microsoft was really going to get behind and spend a lot of money on.
And you know what we are talking about now?
Yeah, well, that of course is Halo, and back then, we didn't know what was going to happen, and it worked out great for everyone. But that really was the motivation behind doing that was the opportunity to connect with a lot of gamers, and so that was really what drove that.
Great. That's the last one. We are now talking about Halo, so that's the Halo question. What was your exact role on the creation process of the first game, and what's your opinion on the last effort from 343 Industries?
Well, so I started Bungie back in '91 in my college dorm room, and very soon after met my partner Jason, and we worked on all the games together. Jason was the engineer and designer and really the creative force behind the title, and I was running the studio, hiring the team, and making sure that we could ship a great game. So that's sort of the roles in the partnership that we had. And I think what Microsoft has done with the franchise is fantastic. It's they've certainly really invested in it, supported it, and taken a lot of respect and care to it to make sure that they can make the best game possible. I think that's fantastic.
And have you seen the last game?
Yeah, I went and checked it out at E3, and it looks great.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for your time.
Sure. Thanks for having me.